Hey there guys, in this video we're going to be doing another Morgana clear. This time we're going to be using the anniversary units to get a nice, quick, easy clear with a small team. We're not going to use a friend and we're only going to use 4 units on hard mode Morgana. And we're going to get a turn 1 clear. This is going to allow you to cycle 2 units at a time to get the unit mission. Or you could add a 5th unit and then only cycle 1 unit at a time if you can't quite pull this off. But here we go. Let's go in here and get a clear in. Then I'll show you the gear and all in a moment. But this party is pretty strong. So, you know, ambush and all that, don't really care. So what we're going to be doing is Flaring Rain is going to start off with doing Fire Imbue on the party, Grace of Will for the stats and LB buff, and then Prominence Fall to imperil the boss to fire. We're going to be using Elena to shifted LB, Rick to shifted LB, and Dwayne to Atonement and Absolution. And we're going to kill. So we're going to send Elena and Rick first, wait just a moment, then send Dwayne. And that's going to be the end of Morgana on turn 1. So Morgana has 3.3 billion HP. And we did 4.1. We basically did 1 billion more than needed with this party. So you definitely don't need as powerful gear as I'm using and all that. And again, you could also add an extra unit for that last party slot if need be. So the damage breakdown is Rick and Dwayne are both amazing turn 1 damage dealers. They deal extremely high damage on turn 1. And then Elena did 0.9, not bad. But she was our leader skill. And then Flaring Rain was our buffer, because Flaring Rain on turn 1 can do 400 stats, 300 LB, 35 Amplify, Fire Imbue, and Fire Imperil. All of that AoE for the entire party. So he's really good for a turn 1 clear as a buffer in Clash content. So I'll go ahead and show you the gear we used real quick. And again, you can add an extra unit. Notice we didn't use a killer buffer whatsoever. No killer buff. So if you're not quite pulling this off, you can add either another damage dealer or you can add someone to buff killers. For example, Warrior's Prayer, Dark Fina buffs both human and fairy killer at the same time. You could use Kaito to buff fairy killer and do better breaks, whatever you want. Or you could do it this way, it's all you need. Anyway, so the team's gear we used was Flaring Rain, only used Obsidian Bracer. That's our break materia. Other than that, nothing else really matters. He's just a buffer and a breaker on turn 1 with Obsidian Bracer. Dark Knight Dwayne, 18.2 attack power. Sword build, there we go. He's maxed on human and fairy killer. Radiance Elena in the shift form, 16.4 spirit. Great sword build, and she is maxed on human and fairy killer. And there we go. And then Rick. In the shift form, 18.3 attack power, and he is maxed on fairy and human killer. There we go. And make sure you're clicking Rick and Elena first before Dwayne, because Dwayne does not do a sword and peril with atonement, but Rick does, so they work really well together. Anyway, there's yet another Morgana clear. Turn 1, 4 units. I guess in a few weeks we'll be coming back and doing a turn 1 with only 3 units. Maybe. Anyway, see you in a bit.